Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Wiarcraft server. This is Rossos and this is episode 14, and I'm starting off exactly on the same spot I left off in the previous episode. If you remember, I started building the first root of our giant tree and I very quickly started running out of the oak blocks. The thing is, I do have at this point in time a manual labor tree farm, which you can see over my shoulder over there. Well, it's useful at producing some moderate quantity of wood, but unfortunately if I am to build these roots in a moderately fast fashion, I do require some kind of faster method of acquiring ourselves some oak wood. Right away, I'm thinking about making a tree farm. And the thing is, I wanna build it somewhere that it's gonna stay. So it's not just somewhere on the outskirts or somewhere on the ground randomly placed. I wanna build it to keep it. So I need to decide a good place where I wanna place it. So it's gonna be always there. So let's take off and figure out where we can place it in our domain. So this area is where my original tree farm is. As you can see, it's kinda crudely made. This place is kinda empty. And why do I have multiple beacons? Okay. Right. So this beacon is mine, which was here, but that beacon over there together with that beacon wasn't. Let's see. Spare beacon 1. Okay. What the other one says? Let's see. Spare beacon 2. Alright, so my imagination is that the guys on the server saw my last episode where I explained why I stopped digging over there because this beacon was out of range over there, so the boundary of my original beacon ends there. So I guess the guys decided to help me out. Well, that's very awesome from you guys. Thank you guys. I'll try to make a good use of your beacons. Anyway, distractions aside, I need to figure out where I want to build my tree farm. I think I'm gonna go for Mambo Jumbo's tree farm, which is meant for small trees. I mean single branch trees like oak and not spruce, but birch. Yeah, that's the one. Of course, I guess spruce isn't exactly working with, but anyway, we need oak wood. I'm kind of tentative of putting it somewhere here, but these roots are gonna make an arc inside. Well, in my plans in my head, that's what I'm hoping for, so make an arc over here. So maybe if I count the blocks from the top and place my platform over here, or should I continue this route here and see where it converges in the middle point? Then again, even if we do it with the arc off from our roots, the thing is, the platform I think is quite large, at least 20 by 16 if I'm not mistaken, so we still need a flat surface. Maybe I should check some other spots first before coming back to this. Well, the villager hall level is kinda out of question, simply because there isn't enough space anywhere to build the tree farm. I think our storage level has enough space to squeeze one in the middle, but I have different ideas for decorating the storage hole. And by the way, in the previous episode I included the building of these multiple storages in the time lapses, simply because it was a nice addition. Also, I kind of broke off from building and digging, so I needed something different to do. So I started planning the other sorting one. This is gonna be a simple single item sorting, multi-item. Well, not multi-item, multi crates, multi chest for a single item. So carrots, potatoes, wheat, pumpkins, melons, and cactus, and sugarcane. Simply because I started noticing that, especially after the guy spent a lot of time building the giant pumpkin downstairs, all my storage for melons and pumpkins and sugarcane already filled up. I'm not sure why I put the cactus here, but it should be fine. Next is basically what I started digging. I did use a lot of shocker boxes and fill them up with a lot of stuff, as you can see here. Especially, well, these are empty, this is already full. So I kind of started placing things in the double chests, and you can see those kind of started filling up pretty nicely already. Sure, the dirt, grass, cobblestone, stone are pretty common, and then the granite kind of fill. This is all I've got from the dig. Andesite bit more, diorite a bit more, and gravel even less. So I'm not even sure what I'm gonna be doing with the rest of the chests, but the idea here is that I anticipate a huge amount of these items at least. And choker boxes are nice and all, but they are not infinite, unfortunately. The double chests are more definitely infinite, but farming for choker boxes constantly will kinda put a strain on the server, increasing the file size and everything that comes up with it, potentially slowing down the server. So I have my share of shocker boxes, which I'm using here and there, especially if I'm digging a lot of space and I need to transport the items. Shocker boxes are very awesome, especially then at some point I'm gonna do the shocker loader here, a proper one. So far I'm just placing the shocker boxes on top of the item hoppers, and the items just flow inside. So let's continue searching for the tree farm space. Yeah, well, the service level should be a service level. I mean, there isn't enough space here, and I'm planning on adding a lot of item streams, be it water or hoppers running down into the storage system, which is conveniently being around here. Yep, that's the one. Let's move on. Now on the top level we do have plenty of space. Oh, those beacons, it's a triangle. Cool. We do have plenty of space on top of, let's say, going upwards. But the thing is, if I start building something on top of this, the sky access may be blocked for the village here. Of course, this iron farm isn't really, may I say, necessary anymore, since we have a bigger and better iron farm out in the server. However, I'm not ready to break it yet, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna be progressing upwards, so I'm kinda undefined on what's happening. So I'm thinking I'm returning to the lower levels and plan my how the roots are gonna converge, how they're gonna make an arc, and then possibly make the tree farm over there. Then again, it's gonna be very close to the space I'm actually be working on. So build a root, farm some wood, then build another root, and then make some more wood. I guess this is the best outcome I can come up with. Of course, we do have plenty of space here. Okay, elytra in the water is bad. Yeah, let me plan something and I'll show you what I have decided. After some mind-boggling, I think I found the next best thing. So I decided not to build the tree farm inside the tree itself, but I decided to build it beneath it. Now what I'm talking about, I'm gonna be doing the tree farm, well, let's say it mechanical tree farm underground, and the best thing to go there will be through this route that we already constructed. So we're gonna be going down. Of course, I'm gonna be prettying some stairs at some point here, and I think that the natural cave here gives us the best perspective of where we can go and dig and find ourselves the perfect spot. So it's gonna be still nearby, but it's gonna be a bit hidden. So I think that's gonna work out just nicely. So let me start clearing some space and then I'll discuss what I'm gonna be building. Right, the digging is complete. Of course, being near beacons helps a lot. So now that I have my room ready, it's time to start building the tree farm. Before I got to constructing the tree farm, I did a side research again, and I remember with the Mambo's tree farm I had problems with not getting enough saplings back. So YouTube to the rescue, I found out that Ilmango has a similar design. He has it called a small simple tree farm, and the feedback on the saplings is much better. And the tree farm itself is all done. I hope I didn't mess up anything, didn't forget any torch or redstone somewhere. Hope everything works. Right, so I have my bone mill, my bone on bone mill here. I already placed some bone meal inside, so this is all ready to work. However, the thing is, I don't have saplings on me. I didn't bring any. I have to go and bring some. And the second thing is, I didn't make any kind of, let's say, block unloader. So you can imagine that there is nothing here and all the trees are going to be coming up this way. And the pistons, I think the maximum they can push is 13, so basically they're gonna stuck on this wall, and I keep dropping from my own stairs. So my next move would be to clean some space over here and install the wood, let's say, compactor, so it pushes them off and stacks them nicely in a large block of logs. This is what I've managed to do so far. Right, so I've done this. This is the smart pusher, I guess. So as soon as you place an object, let's try this one. You place something, it pushes it right away. All of them get pushed. as well as this, the same. So what I want to do now is actually start testing our tree farm. Well, it's a good thing to know if it's working or not, as well as I want to get a rough estimate of how long this can go. So I've counted, like, this is 12 pistons, and I'm not sure if the piston will be able to push 13th here, or it's gonna stop here. So I need to figure that out. By theory is all good, but we need to do the practical thing. Also, I do have 15 saplings on me, and I wanna know if I'm gonna be getting saplings in return, let's say. So I wanna know if saplings that I'm gonna be getting are gonna be sufficient to self-sustain this farm, or I need to do something else. Right, this is all working nicely. Just give me a bit and I'll come back to you. Right, I spent something like 30 seconds or something, and I can see that I'm actually getting more saplings that I started with. That's a good thing. So let's turn this thing off. I also see some saplings actually flying away, but as I said, I started with 15. I now have 22, as well as we have some saplings here. So let's see. Yeah, those, oh, that's a lot of saplings. Okay, that's a lot of saplings. I wonder, yeah, well, fair enough. If I'm getting enough saplings from the inside, doesn't really matter if we have some saplings flying around here. I guess the floating item lag can contribute to the lag server, but then again, as I said, as long as I'm getting more saplings while AFKing there, then I don't have to break and go around. So let's see what's going on here. Right, so okay, right, so it's actually stopped here, so the logs aren't being able to push further. So this is gonna be our end piston in the end then. Right, the other thing here is that, as you can clearly see, the thing in the middle actually started pushing them in, but that's like mechanical stop of the farm. I guess it would come up to here, a couple more logs, I guess, and then, oh hello there, weird sapling. Anyway, basically, as long as this those pistons here start working, we shouldn't be having any problems with this thing in the middle. Obviously, when this thing gets completely filled, yeah, well, it's a lot of wood to be honest, but I do presume the bone mill will be keep on wasting if the storage system gonna get full. Of course, there were other options like TNT blast chamber, but I don't know. Maybe I'll modify this at some point into that. The wall is done, and I tried using the same principle as the tree farm together with this thingy. But the thing is, what happened here is that the block on top, the first two rows, are immediate action, and I had to propagate the signal on top with some repeaters, so that basically made a 1 tick delay. So if I place it, you can see there is a slight delay with the other two. However, I don't think that's gonna be a problem in our case, because the farm itself has a delay of its own, which is ideally made for a block compactor, which presumably was supposed to be here for the making 5 blocks into 1 row, but I skipped that because I don't plan to make a TNT chamber in here. But maybe at some point I will. For now, I just wanted this to work and get some wood for myself. So let's give this monster a test and see how long it's gonna take us to fill the whole platform. And this is how it all looks from above. Well, this is all full. I've noticed that sometimes the leaves actually grow here outside the chamber. I can probably put some blocks in there so they stop growing. But this is how much wood we can get. Apparently this was a ghost block. Right, so the leaves, we have a bunch of leaves inside. On top of here, of course, those crushers. There is a block not in the right position there. OCD. BRB. Alright, it's now fixed. Lovely. Right, this is the top of it. The funny thing is that this place is potentially spawnable due to the fact that, well, obviously, there is no lighting here. So I might as well make a roof here with some lighting, or just not just a flat roof so things cannot spawn. This shouldn't be hard, to be honest, but that's sometime another time for the printing. Now I wanna collect all this wood and go build ourselves another route. And I ran out of another batch of our oak tree logs. So anyway, that's gonna be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you wanna see more, and until next time, bye bye.